Welcome back to another episode of Ranching Sodak. A couple videos ago I said the weather was starting to turn into winter, and that was a blatant lie because it is really nice out actually. It's almost 50 degrees today and the wind's blowing, the sun's shining, so another beautiful day here in South Dakota. If you remember from a couple videos ago, we put that solar powered pickup out there, the juice box, and there's 2 big lithium batteries in there and 6 solar panels on it, and there's this little controller in there, but you can't change the settings on that. You need to buy another part. As with most things, you always need to buy another part. But this deal is a little Wi-Fi e-box is what they call it, and it hooks up to that controller that's already in there, and then you can actually hook this to an app on your phone. With this, you can adjust the settings on there. We need to go over there, hook this up, do that, and then change it so the range goes all the way up to 28 volts so we can get those batteries fully charged. But that's not all we're doing today. We got a pretty big water tank project that we're working on right now. Dad's actually down there with the gravel truck dumping some gravel. We got a new cylinder for our backhoe. We got to put that on and get after that water tank project. You'll see how that goes here. And say good morning to the dogs. Good morning, Millie. Good morning, Coco. Good morning, Sparky. Hello. Hello. Aww. Beautiful stock cows here, and there's the juice box. Pretty good looking cows and calves out on some fall grass right now. Cows are all fat, calves look pretty good. They're in the feeder over there. Not bad for being 5-6 months old now. Okay, so here's this, whatever you want to call it, that's what this is. And this guy is an Ethernet cable that plugs in right there. And then we need to figure out how to get this to hook to a smartphone. Now, good thing I didn't bring any manuals with me, so that's perfect. I downloaded an app. All right, so I was able to get in there on the app and readjust it and we lowered our disconnect voltages, because with solar, so at night and we're pulling power still, the batteries will suck down maybe below that level. So I lowered that to 18 volts so the batteries can get all the way down to 18 volts. And then I set the max to 25.5 volts. So now it should quit overcharging. We hope. We'll see with those new parameters in there. But we are going, there's a little light over here that we're gonna wire up and get running now. But here's our little bubbler going like crazy in there right now. Running out of this little juice box here with a little hose right there. And here's our light system. Okay, now our little light's gonna be running all the time. And we'll be good to go. Cows will have some light. Hopefully that thing keeps running and the batteries stay charged right in that range that we have it set to, and should be good to rock. Looking good, Cowie. Yeah. Hey, you quit it. Load up before you get me killed here. Load up. We got goofballs. Get these cows all worked up. This is the same old cylinder. I think it's just redone. But we're gonna use the bale bed. We're gonna throw it on there and then haul it over to Jim's house where the backhoe is, because the backhoe can't move without the main cylinder on the arm. So we're gonna load it up here. Wait, also, this is Matty Ice. He didn't talk much in the last video. You know,
I can talk.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Okay, good job.
Flip the switch. Shut the door.
Okay. Fridge tour. Root beer power up.
Jump up there. No.
Well, we got that first pin in. It should pull out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Needs to be lifted up just a hair.
Oh, did you just spray some in there?
Yeah. Watch it.
It's hitting something right now.
It's got to come my way just a hair. Just don't get. I don't have
Oh, right there. Oh, that's too far.
Whoa. Maybe just a tiny bit.
It's gonna be damn good.
Nope. This one's got to go.
Well, we got her ready to go. Well, we got her in and tested her out. She works good. So we're gonna head home and start digging up the water tank and get after that project. We never showed you guys this redneck windbreak we built. Notice how the wind went down there? Yeah, because it's doing its job. We took a old feeder wagon here and we mounted a freestanding panel, and those are tire rings, which are a byproduct of, those are the sidewalls from the tires that I use for my mats. And then we mounted those on there, which we already had built that. I had built that panel already, but then we threw that whole panel on top, and then we threw conveyor belt from the gravel pit on the bottom. So it works as a pretty solid windbreak, and it's portable, so you can just haul it around to different fields and pastures and use it. But here is the water tank in question, where we're going to be digging. There, I'll just let Dad explain it more when he gets here, because he's going to do the digging, because then I'm not liable. Added a couple mats in here. I'll show you guys here in a second, once these calves get out of the way. This spot was all sunken down, and there was mud in here, and it was way too low. As you can see, this whole lot is mud. So we brought in a bunch of gravel. I threw one of the basic mats right here. I built a custom one to fit through here, and then we just literally just overlapped them right over top, and they're holding pretty well. A little bit of dirt and manure on them, but they're holding all that gravel together underneath. And you'll see there's already a lip starting here where it's holding gravel and where it's not, from just from that mat being on top of the gravels.
Okay, so what's going on here is, years ago, this was the first water I brought from the farm. So I brought from up there at the barn, we came down and I put a hydrant there. And then the next couple years, a year after that, we hooked onto it over there, and we went out, clear out around, and put a tank up there in the pasture. Well, then a few years later, we hooked on again, and I sent one across the road and one back around over here to where the calves are. And all the time it's been just a hydrant. So we're gonna tear this hydrant out, and now we're gonna put an actual 12-foot tank right in this area with a lid on it, so it's winter. You can use it in the summer or the winter time. We won't have to mess around with a hose anymore and a float. When we wean calves, this is what we do. We'll bring them down out of the corrals, bring them down into here, and the calves will be on this side, cows on that side. Or we let the cows out there, then the calves have a good water source right where they got weaned. We don't have to panic about them not finding water. So we got to dig down, find the end of that hydrant, tie into it, come over here, come to a riser pipe, come up, and then we're gonna take all that gravel. I hauled in 50 tons of gravel pit run this morning. So we'll put that, fill this all in level, and then we'll set a big 12-foot tank on here. don't have a valve at the end of the black water line. So Dane's gonna run to town and get a 1-inch ball valve. We're gonna cut this riser pipe. This is one of those culverts we bought. I need part of this culvert to extend another approach down the road. We should be able to take 6 or 6.5 feet off of this puppy, and then the remainder we can use to hook up that, extend that other pipe. So we need to figure out where the middle of this is going to be, and then we'll cut her this way to find the center for the riser pipe. It's supposed to be big enough for a 12-foot tank, which it is. All right, let's dig.
Well, I had to run to town and grab this valve. I did a full circle around town, and then I ended up at the same place I started, and that's where we got the equipment. This is 1 inch, so this will hook into our black pipe at where the culvert, or the hydrant is.
No.
Yeah.
No, this is gonna be up in the
Oh,
riser
yeah.
pipe.
You already have an elbow for down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Always use channel locks and stuff for when you're on brass, so then you can strip it.
And then you can't get a wrench on it later on.
Right. So when someone else comes to work on
That's
it.
perfect.
Unless, of course, they have. Pretty tight. Hear that relief valve go? That's when you know it's good.
That's
282 PSI.
Foot-pounds of torque to the freaking bicep, bud. Having this backhoe around is really slick. You can do a lot of your own projects, a lot of rock removal. We're definitely getting our money's worth out of this thing. So there's our water line that we're going to be hooking onto, splicing. We're going to run a line through here. It's going to wrap around this corner, and then our riser pipe is going to be right there where the hose at.
You don't need to watch him dig anymore. 1 inch pipe. We're gonna clean this up. We're gonna get the splicer on the end of it. Well, this is just a barb to barb, 1 inch brass. Pretty much everything underground. It's best to spend the money. Don't put plastic under the ground. Don't put stainless steel or the silver stuff. It's best to just go for all brass. You don't need to get this very hot. You just gotta kind of warm it up. Summertime, you don't even really need to do it. It's only like 50 degrees out.
How's that look?
And then I got a block of wood. Two hose clamps. You're supposed to put hose clamps one way, one the other.
I showed them our epic windbreak. They thought it was pretty epic.
Oh yeah.
What are you saying?
Oh, this is just a dirt. Put it on there before. You know, that's about how long they are. You want to take these people down there?
Come here, guys.
Check her out.
Come on, guys. Gotcha. So there's where we're splicing. We're gonna bend this line over to here, splice it down that way.
Good. You can go all the way with that heel and then a little bit with your hand. Just shave that off back about 4, 5, 6, 8 inches so it bends through there nice.
So that just sets on there, huh? To put dirt in here, we got this where we want it. I just got to kind of hold it in place, but it's pretty much in place right there. Fill our backhoe with dirt. I'm gonna shovel it around a little bit in there and just make sure that pipe gets stuck down, and then he'll start leveling it with gravel. Now it's all skid steer work, which having a skid steer and a backhoe is a great combo for this, because skid steer, when it comes to filling in holes again, is way faster than a backhoe or a loader. North American Drainage, they're the ones that invented this little deal. It's just a little deal like that, and this is your water shut off and turn on. So now it's turned on, and instead of using a tool, they just threw this in there and keep it in there all the time. And you just slide it on there like that, shove it in there, good to go. Really slick. There's no running home for a tool, you just use it. Well guys, this is gonna be a wrap for today's video since we're losing light out here, but Dad's gonna keep filling that in until that GoPro dies. Well, you already saw that, it's done. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this little water tank preparation content. We'll keep you updated when we get the water tank in here. And tomorrow we're gonna be fencing, so that'll be the next video. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later. Peace.